Darwin Ramos was a child from the Philippines who worked as a waste picker and beggar to support his family. He suffered from muscular dystrophy and died at the age of 17. He was born in 1994 and grew up in a slum. From a very early age, he worked as a waste picker, collecting plastic which could later be sold. He didn't attend school. When he was 6, his mother noticed that he had difficulty walking. Over time, he lost the ability to stand up on his own and he became very weak. His family eventually became homeless. Darwin's alcoholic father forced him to beg for money at a train station every morning, though this filled Darwin with a lot of shame. When Darwin was 11, he came to the attention of a local charity, the Bridge for Children Foundation. They ran a home for boys with special needs and they offered to take him in. Darwin lived in this home, Our Lady of Guadalupe Center, for the rest of his short life. It was here that he discovered the Catholic faith. Those around him said that he was filled with God. He developed a deep prayer life and he was baptized on December 23, 2006, receiving his first communion a year later. His illness progressed and he started to develop trouble breathing. He was grateful to those who helped him during his periods of suffering and he apologized for causing people to worry. A priest who knew him said, "I have never met a child who, despite his tremendous suffering, managed to repeat so many times, 'Thank you, sorry, I am so happy.' He always had a smile on his lips. He was never, or very rarely, in a bad mood, even in moments of great suffering. It was his interior strength, a strength which did not come from himself nor from those around him. This strength came from his direct connection with God. Even when feverish, he wanted to participate in the prayer life of the community. One caregiver recalled him asking for help to get out of bed in order to lead evening prayer. A volunteer with the home also said, "Everyone knew that Darwin was living with the sword of Damocles over his head. Darwin himself knew it, but he had accepted his illness so much so that he described it as a mission. Not only was he an inspiration throughout his illness, but he inspired many in his journey on Earth." In September 2012, Darwin had a lot of difficulty breathing. He was taken to the emergency room where he was intubated. He would stay in the hospital for 1 week. Unable to speak, he asked for a notebook. The last 2 sentences he wrote said, "A huge thank you," and "I am very happy." He died on September 23, 2012. His funeral was attended by many of the children whom he had lived with at Our Lady of Guadalupe Center. He was buried in Pasay City Cemetery. To this day, people visit his grave to pay their respects and ask for his intercession. His sainthood cause was opened in 2019 and is currently ongoing. He remains an inspiration for people in the Philippines and throughout the world.